Tape is rolling, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live radio.
Coming down to the last minute.
Excuse me. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo of Labs and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. It is Whacked Out Wednesday. It's Hump Day here inside Shroud Avatar. It is Wednesday, August 16th, 2017. And of course, as always, we got some interesting things to talk about, some latest news and updates, and we have
Nothing
questions.
Well, we also have
answers.
Yes.
Now, you gotta love them, man.
Not in the scope of episode 1.
Gotta love them.
That's a good idea.
I came across that pretty late because I was doing a whole bunch of other things and started perusing it, and I had to get a laugh just because of its star, and I love some of the answers. I love some of the questions that were asked, and I believe he totally understands that the questions were meant to be something else, but because they asked specifically without actually asking what they wanted, he gave them the answer to the question they asked. Just all
Even
sorts
though
of
they
stuff
wanted
like
something else, yeah.
Even though they were asking something else, yeah. I mean, just great stuff in there. I love it. Now
You just love the fact that the silver-tongued devil responds that way.
I just love it.
Useless
it's
overhead.
Mr.
Literal Man.
Useless
Literal
overhead. Man. Gotta love
the
man. But yes, gotta love Star and his answers. And again, it's just if you're gonna ask a question, you gotta know precisely what you wanna ask. Being vague gets you vague answers, and asking the question that's not exactly what you want to ask isn't going to get you the answer that you want either.
No way. I think you're lying there.
Yeah.
Asking a yes or no question invites a yes or no answer.
Absolutely.
Answering an open-ended question invites the wrong type of answer.
A lot of times.
And then asking a "is it possible" question garners the ever direct yes.
It's
possible. Are they going to do it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Especially when your question is question number 405 and he's tired. Yeah, I can definitely dig that one, Roy.
and a lot of it has to do with tone and the methodology of the question.
It's got to do with, is it the 300th time I've seen this question on page 21? Yeah, absolutely.
And some of those questions do get merged into the more generic questions, which leads to bad answers. Okay, so where are we going to... are you ready for the stand-up corner today?
I'm just as ready as any other day, I guess.
Okay. Well, I've still got to click on the right tab and look at it. I mean, today is Whacked Out Wednesday. I mean, you forgot to tell everybody the date, I think.
I did that already.
Are you sure?
I did.
Okay.
Told them it was Whacked Out Wednesday. Told them it was Hump Day. And told them that it was August 16th.
You're not allowed to eat my headphones wires anymore.
Yeah. You got to remember, dogs have owners, cats have staff. And you are now on staff, my friend, whether you like it or not. I am
on staff. Earlier, I tried to shut my door, and she's like sticking her paw under the door and
ain't having none of that.
Let me in.
Ain't having none of that.
Yeah. So let's see. Wait. I gotta click. Find the tab. Find the tab for the stand-up corner.
But I did love it yesterday when she jumped up into your lap, and there's just a tail moving back and forth up there.
Today the tail's like being beaten back and forth lowards. She's not raised up because she's squatting across my lap right now. So I can, well, if I can get my hands under her.
Yeah.
It's like. Hey.
Yeah, she's just prone in your lap, loving life.
Yeah, she was until I did that. Now she's got her butt up, and you can see the tail underneath my armpit. Okay, there you go.
There it is.
Is that what you wanted to see?
We have a little tail. Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, the pussy's got a tail.
You getting a little tail there, Jack? He's got some pussy, and he's getting himself some
I'm making
tail,
the pussy happy. Is what I'm doing. No eating that wire.
If we had only known how many great jokes and how far we could take that if you actually had a cat live on set, that would make a whole different world,
Well, I used to have two of my own. Unfortunately, they're no longer with me. And as soon as my house sells and I can move on with my life, you can expect to see the kitties are like tattoos.
Jack the Cat Man.
Becoming reality. Yeah. We will end up with 50 kajillion kitties. Okay, so don't forget, stand-up corner is where the devs say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down, eventually gets posted to the forums, and we get to interpret it so you don't have to.
That's right.
So
don't forget, you can always join us for the NBNN drinking game. It's not quite as fun in the middle of the month as it is at the beginning and end of the month.
Well, you have to remember, around release week, not the beginning and the end of the month.
Well, release week is the last Thursday of the month, so it's the beginning and end of the month. At the end of the month, when they're doing bug fixes, and the beginning of the month when it rolls into the... Yes, absolutely.
Oh, crap.
Well, they're going to be playing with agriculture next patch. It'll be bugs galore.
Bug.
Yep. Okay.
And just a quick note, I don't think I told anybody, but the stock ticker was just updated this past Sunday. Of course, I've now included a link for all the prices up there for you guys to where we get those numbers from, and of course when it was last updated so that you guys
from the BMC General Assembly.
From the BMC's price guide, that is right.
I actually had someone ask me prices yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, I always point everybody to our price guide, or I tell them tune in to NBNN and check the stock ticker. It's running up there 24 hours a day.
Yep, okay. I told him, just check the site. You don't have to be a member to read the guide.
That's right.
Are you ready for the art department?
The art department. Cult of Bob.
Otherwise known as Bob the Builder, was working on the Elven Inn. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if you're going to continue the day of doing the names before I say them or not. I mean, it's like you started off that way. It's like
I figured it was a lead in. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There was an opening there. Yeah.
Damon
Walter.
Working on the bird trick emote and Perforce and a bug.
Bug.
Because there's only one bug in the game.
Bug.
Whereas Fletch,
no.
he's surrounded by bugs.
Bug.
I don't know if the holes in my kilt are an example of wear or if that's a bug. I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know.
And
you're sure it's
Perforce.
bugs in the kilt?
there might have been some moths. I don't know.
Help! Jack is infested with weevils.
Watch
Yeah.
out for the chiggers, man. Chiggers.
Oh, jeez, I hate chiggers. Then Kevin, Ugly Fist.
Kevin Wells.
If you ever
Working
played
on
a
the-
Scott Adams game, you know well about chiggers.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
He's working on the tree creature model.
Ent.
We need Ents, and we also need Ettins, and we need
Headless.
and
Ratmen.
Ratmen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Giant rats.
giant rats for the sewers.
Lizard
Absolutely.
men.
Yeah. Need to bring back all the oldies and goodies.
Bring out
Nope.
your dead.
I just thought they got killed
Bring
by
out your
cataclysm.
old NPCs.
Then Reed, or actually the almighty Gix Vargach, Matt. He's trying to perforce it up. And
There's a lot
Sequana
of
animations.
Perforce going on
I
out
know.
there, I tell you.
That's Sequana animations and the tree creature. He's got to bone the tree creature.
Oh, we becoming tree huggers now.
Well, he found a knot and he's trying to poke it. He's trying to fill the knot with the white crusty cement. Then Reed, he's working on the Lord British throne and rain colliders on homes. Because
Yes.
who likes a leaky roof?
I like seeing rain in the bottom of my 4th-floor house. Yes, it tells me that all my roofs leak.
You don't have just one leak. I mean, you need to pull out the caulk and fill those gaps.
Well, I got my 8-inch cock packed.
Okay. Mine's still in the car somewhere.
It's still on the floorboard.
Yeah. Over in design, Beezus.
The bees.
Working on Perforce and tooltips and recipes.
Recipes. More recipes.
Yay, recipes. And Seawolf.
Seawolf.
He's working on the Crags Village and the Mineshaft and Castle. Castle.
Castle.
It'd be great if that said Castleton.
It would be nice.
Yeah,
We may see
Damien.
that one day.
maybe. It's a possibility. Damien, he's working on
Damien.
Perforce and Highvale Outskirts. Then Dan the Man,
Dan the man, Brennan.
working on player towns and playtesting and logic node support and Perforce.
Perforce. A lot of
Yeah,
Perforce.
I know.
Should have changed
oh.
the drinking game to Perforce today.
Yeah, Perforce for today. Whereas Sanio was working on quests and Perforcing it up.
Perforce.
Lum the Mad, working on Perforce.
the mad. The Perforce.
And Knowledge Flag Interactives Refactoring.
How about a flag to get the goddamn guards out of the freaking walls?
Bug report it.
Doug.
Then Sorcerer Steve. And as you bug report it, make sure that you do it as I forget what the thing is where it stops you from completing the quest.
Yeah, it pretty much stops you from doing anything else
Yep.
Blocker.
except mining.
Yep. Sorcerer Steve, he's working on the North Shattered Hills, Crater, and Tunnels. I thought he was supposed to be paving over the North Shattered Hills to actually make them smooth again.
Well, he's doing that so he can insert a crater. Gotta have flat terrain before you can put a crater in, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Whereas the Energy Vortex List Rostov, he's working on the Crooked Shank interiors.
I didn't know Crooked Shank had an interior.
Yeah, it's hollow.
Well, yeah.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's hanging to the left is what it is.
We're
The
here
Crooked
to
Shank-
interpret the news. We have no clue until we actually see it. So,
The Crooked Shank is hanging to the left. That's all you got to know.
yeah.
It's a giant pustule.
If the Crooked Shank has some pustules in it, you have issues.
Don't
You
go
might-
near it. That's right.
Yeah, you might need to take your antibiotics. Then over in tech, little boy Bobby.
Bobby Thompson.
He's working on Discord integration and Perforce and bugs.
Bug.
Woohoo! Integration.
And Interactive's migration.
The interactives are going to migrate now.
Yeah, no wizard smoke. Working on the Discord integration and Perforce and chat tabs.
Movable health bar? Anybody?
Not just movable health bar, lots of movable bars. Lots of movable things. Oh wait, lots of things move. Ooh. Okay, excellent. And then after that, let's see, where was I at? The Deathbringer, one and only. He's working on projected textures. Not there. Not there.
Not there.
Yeah, not there.
Ooh, not there.
No, not there. It's a bad touch. Then
Get those
Burning
claws out of there. The burn.
It's working on Perforce integrations and Mac bugs and localization.
Bug.
What did I miss in game?
Nothing, just Roy
Oh,
running around.
we're up to 20,000 miles. And
Did he just do what I think he did?
possibly.
Okay.
No, it's a coincidence that Spiff crashed and List is taking over the computer. I mean, not the computer, the piano.
And of course, nobody saw that, so yeah, he's safe at the moment.
Yeah. Then after that, we do have Tassilo working on Perforce recovery and the Team City and servers and meetings.
I guess we know what the limit is now. It's 20,000 miles.
Yeah, the limit is... Well, it started off with walking mile for a camel, then it became 500 miles, then 20,000 miles. I mean, at some point in time, I think he had to have joined the Mile High Club. And then, let's see. Did I do Tassilo? Perforce recovery? He's recovering from Perforce.
Yeah, no, you didn't do him.
And Team City.
Team City.
Yeah, I believe that's
Things that make you go,
a larger version.
Larger version? You like large virgins? Is that what you're telling me?
I like virgins.
He don't care, yeah.
So the Team City, I think, is going to be a larger version of the Ardoris Castle Arena. Don't forget, the Ardoris Castle Arena is already set up for team-on-team fights. As you go in, you teleport to certain sides, or you can go to the spectator level, and then you can fight it out and
Duke it out.
and not worry about damaging your friends. And then servers and meetings. Then over in Useless Overhead, we have Andrea working on the bug forums
Bug.
and localization and duplicate issue triage and the love path support.
We gotta give some love and support to the love.
Yeah. She's trying to get those guards out of the walls for Spiff.
And showing that love.
Yeah. And then the Dippy Bird.
The bird.
He's working on servers and general hardware and leads meeting and Perforce backups. Then Barrick, store updates and loading screen tips and telethon tracking and the community calendar.
Hey,
And I know something that nobody else knows.
I bet you do.
Oh, Hutch.
Hutch.
He's working on the meetings and the Art Asset Depot updates and the Perforce recovery support.
Getting a lot of support out there.
Yeah, whereas the Attenwood, he's trying to test his sanity by regression testing and the Love Quest and forums and localizing. Cat's doing weird things. Chaox, he's working on the trusted trader accounting and tracking and meetings and sales data. Whereas Serafina, she's doing that customer service thing.
That wonderful customer service.
And she was hanging out with us on the lot yesterday.
I saw that. There's quite an interesting conversation you two were having.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Just because it was about Barton Springs and other things, and someone needed to borrow a bikini. I don't know. Then after that, shipping. And then last but not least, the Dark Star. He's working on the sound designer interview and leads meetings and convention prep.
You could have just borrowed Gorn's red Speedo.
I know. Well, no.
That's all she needed, right?
In Austin, they were trying to organize an event for women to go topless down at Barton Springs. And so I was going to say I need to borrow a bikini so that way I can go out and do my own version of solidarity by covering up while the women go topless.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm all for free to tatas, I tell you. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Austin already has a city ordinance where you're able to go topless no matter what. So.
Yeah. So did New York before I left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that. You know, it's funny when you find the rookie out there who doesn't know basic laws.
Even veteran police officers don't know that as they try to cite people for public indecency.
Absolutely.
So it's something that, you know what? Free the nipple, go for equality.
Of course, last I heard that New York was going to allow public urination again, but I don't know about that one.
Well, with the opioid crisis, I mean, because you know what? Our war to protect the opium or the poppy seed crops has been successful, and we now have an opioid crisis again. So
yes,
yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. But we shouldn't be commenting about real life events. Otherwise, we'll be having all kinds of fun discussions.
They just got to take care of that one little country out there known as Venezuela, and then the supply lines will start running again. But that's another story.
Well, I mean, we're doing a fantastic job of protecting the opium crop.
Absolutely, making
already in Afghanistan.
Making sure there's a supply out there.
Yeah, so it's like. And we're driving prices down, so...
Yeah. Well, you got to compete with the drug manufacturers because those guys are making mint, legally. So, anyway. Yeah.
Then, let's see. Are you ready for some questions and answers? I did have someone in my channel the other day actually make a comment about the fact that every time they tune in at lunch... we are doing a talk show. You know what?
Really?
Between 12 and 1, Monday through Friday, we do a talk show that is all about Shroud of the Avatar news.
So
who would have thunk that?
What do they get when they tune in the other 23 hours of the day?
Well, if they're tuning into my channel, there's no telling what you're going to get because I stream intermittently. And sometimes it's like I stream other weird things like Overwatch or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I don't know. I usually see you're being hosted by Synesys, so I assume you had the auto host on 24 hours a day. So I assume they're seeing talk show. Yeah.
I do have the auto host on quite frequently, and there is a Twitch problem where sometimes it doesn't even kick off the auto host, which is really annoying.
Yes.
And high Botox.
You know, we get what we pay for, so and I don't complain too loudly over it.
We get to sit on the lot and hang out with people in Discord.
Speaking of which, you're going to get a kick out of this. I'm actually expecting a payout from Google this month.
Ooh, sweet. Congratulations.
Yes. Woohoo! YouTube and advertising paying off. It only took 2.5 years.
Yep. I'm still waiting for my payout from Google in that AdSense thing.
Cool tune.
It will come out in about 6 years.
You think?
Way my channel is going. hey, I finally hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube, so I did get the custom URL.
There you go. Finally. Yeah. Very nice.
So you can go to youtube.com/c/JackCynicist, and it will take you to my channel. Woohoo! Of course, it doesn't help with all my identity crises with, okay, what am I going to use for a stream name?
Cynicist, Frost, Jack Cynicist.
Hey, yeah. It all works. All works. Okay, so are you sure you're not ready for questions and answers, or did you want to delay that some more?
Waiting for you.
Why are you doing that? I mean...
Oh, I don't know. Although I really got to say, he's got to change that color. That yellow is just terrible.
Well, anybody that ever pays attention to my stream will laugh because, like, my names are all purple. So I went with the purple theme. On this account, one of my other accounts, it's red. So... it helps me remember which account I'm actually on.
Okay.
Ooh, and I just got email of some sort.
I just usually look and see what the name at the top of the screen says, but, that's me.
Yeah, well, I never scroll up that high. Yeah. Then, after that, let's see. Okay, so, don't forget... These are the questions that they did not have time to get to. Wait.
And we're going to be reading these for the rest of the week, so sit back, relax.
Hold on.
What?
Why am I looking at the wrong one?
I don't know.
That's the release 44, postmortem missed questions.
Do we have the right one?
Well, it was started... I got to find the end of Star's post because he starts off with the Lord British telethon, and that wasn't the last thing. So let's see, was this the one posted yesterday? Yeah, posted yesterday. So Star forgot to update the header.
Oh no, it was a 44.
That wasn't
post-mortem missed questions, not the mini telethon missed questions. I understand, but you got to understand that during that there was literally like 40 pages of unanswered questions. I know I was taking questions that day.
Yep. Let's see. Bay Ridge wants to know regarding NPC farming vendor and seed changes, Mandrake/Nightshade. In this release, stock seed selections were redone for farmer NPCs. For example, Mandrake and Nightshade were taken away. What are your plans for the game mechanic to get Nightshade and Mandrake seeds now? Oh, they're still on other merchants, just regionalized, so not on every merchant. You just need to seek the seeds elsewhere. Without a clue.
We moved them.
We moved them elsewhere to start to enforce our regional economies. Not everything is going to be everywhere, and you will have to hunt things down. Please drive faster. With the last release, supply bags were added as a way to increase loot chances. Do you see any adjustments needed to the drop rate or loot tables within the supply bags? Star said when they first released them, there was a bug in the percentage for the drop rates that we fixed, so they should drop at a higher rate now. Shroud math. We will continue to evaluate if the drop rate needs to be increased.
I haven't seen one yet.
Please Drive Fast also wants to know, in the Q3 2017 update, could you clarify what UI improvements you're planning on updating aside from the chat windows? They make they make those calls quickly from release to release, so no specifics that they can provide. And Jack 102 2 3 6 7 3 4 8 12 18 37 Hut wants to know, can we get a toggle or arrow that will change all the skills in a particular tree to either train, unlearn, not train, or maintain? Good suggestion. It's being added to the backlog.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. Jackknife wants to know, can we get a third attack spell in the water magic tree? They'll consider that, but they don't want every school to have full offensive capabilities, because then all the magic schools start to become the same.
I mean, like they are now?
Pretty damn much. I mean, it's... yeah. Questions. Sanity, missing. Jackknife also wants to know, will the website stores ever have the ability for guest users to send in-game gifts from the various categories to accounts without having to have an account themselves? Very unlikely.
Not gonna do it.
And is Trollfall meant to be a 360-degree attack? Yes, but they likely need to look at the point where the attack is being applied. I'm confused by that. It's meant to be a 360-degree attack, but why look at the point where it's being applied? Is that talking about the range?
That's exactly. It must be extending out. It may be like starting at the tip of the head and extending a little too far instead of centered, would be my guess.
Okay. Can we get craftable beer steins for Oktoberfest?
Mm-hmm.
Good suggestion. Demonix, I'm a fire mage, in-game only, of course, and finding things very difficult at the moment. Is the dev team aware of all the issues with fire spells and mages at the moment, and what is being done to resolve them?
What the hell's going on back there?
Well, it's our lovely bard and bards that are
it's a
having
mess.
They're having fun.
That sounds horrible.
Well, it was them playing at the same different times, I think. I kind of enjoyed it because I know what song they're playing.
That didn't sound like a song. It sounded like two guys playing totally incoherently against each other is what it sounded like. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
I don't know. They may not have been in sync perfectly or something like that.
Anyway.
I love Scrota's response.
Yeah.
Row your boat. Everyone's a critic.
Hey, I mean, you want to put a little chase music, we'll beat up the tempo a little here on the questions and make them a little bit more, but I mean, all of a sudden I had music and then all of a sudden I had... It didn't sound good, guys. That's all I got to say. Although I was really digging row your boat, so,
Okay, so the response to Demonix is that they're not aware of any issues related to the fire tree, and it does not appear the use of fire spells has decreased, and please post in the bug forum if there is a bug with it. You also have to remember that most of the fire tree is damage over time.
DOT, baby. DOT.
And so those DOTs do their damage over the course of time, not instantaneously.
You cast it and you run away.
You cast it and then you kite.
Yes.
Then, let's see. Kron Caledon says recent Kodo market prices have risen to 2,500 gold per. Could you please review the Kodo drop rates for mobs and possibly raise them? They're supposed to be rare. We increased the drop rate a few races ago.
2,500 gold, not 25,000. Yes.
Sorry, 2,500 gold.
Yes.
2,500 gold.
That's already outdated. Yeah. Kodo's already higher than that.
Well, it's always going to be outdated. Then Kron wants to know, can we get an update on plans for in-game maps? They are downsides to Soda Map, like revealing hidden areas you haven't been able to. Post episode 1, they plan to expand the functionality of the map system quite a bit, including fog of war and the ability to annotate maps. Right now, if you want to annotate your map, you actually have to create a Soda Map account, log into Soda Map, and then do it on there. And then, can you rename the automaton in Soultown to Soulbot? And should he also offer to take you to Funky Town?
Funky Town, that's right.
And I think the answer is yes to both of those.
Yeah. Either that, or he can take you down to Electric Avenue, whichever one you want. You know.
Absolutely. I mean, that should be part of the fun dialogue in there. The Lace Demonian wants to know, let's get some Obsidian Forged ranged weapons, and they will consider it. Although I believe they have said in the past that they're not going to do that because ranged weapons are mostly built out of wood.
I was going to say, you don't build those weapons on a forge.
And so, yeah.
And obsidian is not wood, as far as I understand. So, yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the flexibility of wood, so that way you create that tension.
I mean, if you can take one of those big floating crystals out there and make a bow out of it, by all means, let me know how you do. But magic. I love
and
magic.
Then the Lace Demonian also wants to know, can we have a heavy crossbow with a much higher potential damage? And they will consider that, but it would have to be balanced somehow against other ranged weapons, so it would have to have perhaps a slower fire rate. And I thought this was something that they planned on working anyways, with the different damage types as they go through different weapons.
Well,
I thought they were going to go ahead.
I think that's also going to relate now to the incoming old school ammo types as well. That might slow you down. If
I don't know if they can
crossbow bolt instead of a regular arrow. That might allow you, just random thoughts on that one here. That's all.
You know what? There's lots of variety that they can add to combat by varying weapons and damage types.
Now this next one. Not this next one, the one after, I believe.
Oh, are you talking about can the Shroud of the Avatar be made dyeable? And the answer is no, it changes color based off of your virtue.
No, the actual next one, yeah.
You want the Reiner Loot wants to know, can we expect to see multiple tames in the future, like in UO with the stable slots and some things like that? You can already tame multiple creatures. Are you laughing at that for the non-answer?
That's one of those, yes, because I believe he intended to ask something else, but
you can have. You won't be able to summon multiple pets.
But they come to that here in a couple questions anyway, so let's follow on there.
Yeah. Can we expect to see different items to salvage and hopefully get patterns from? Like the Lichax, except we need a blade, staff, and bow version. At least it would start to add a variety of weapons to the way people look. They plan to continually expand the number of recipes and patterns. Rainer Luth also wants to know, when can we expect to have different high-end pets so that not everybody is running around with spiders everywhere? The NBNN security spider is just there to annoy you.
That's right.
They do plan to steadily increase the number of
There
creatures
to loot,
and also
block the living daylights out of you.
yeah, and also the number of tameable creatures in the game over time. So not immediately. And then people are messaging me on the forums.
That must be all that stuff you got for sale.
It's a few of it. Few things. It's the Shroud of the Avatar credit sets on Shroud Marketplace.
I bet. I meant to ask you about that before the show, but I didn't get a chance. You actually got that much frickin' store credit floating around? Jeez, what have you been doing sitting on that all this time?
Well, I wasn't sitting on that all this time.
Oh, did you take some and trade for other items or something?
Maybe I did something.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Maybe I did something. But if you paid attention, you would have noticed that some of it disappeared already today. And then, can the crafting recipe system have a major rework as it's gotten very confusing for new players? I.e., make introductory craft quests like that teach you starter recipes and make all the craft trainers tell you where you can find other ones. They plan on having a better crafting tutorial and quest. Thank you. We need it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Elvis has left the building. Where am I at?
You're up at, what's it?
Anvar's question?
Yeah, Anvar.
PvP?
Yeah.
Can we get a UO faction-like system in the future? Well, we have discussed something like this many times. Faction systems are notoriously easy to game, and the edge conditions are rife for exploit. So we will have to approach this cautiously if we ever do something like this.
I'm not gonna do it.
Create 4 factions, have fun, make them control points and other things. It's like, it's going to be exploited no matter what. Everything's going to be exploited. Make it fun.
This is a video game. Hello,
Exactly.
McFly.
Yeah. If there's a possibility of something being exploited, people will find a way to exploit it.
What was the TTP on this game?
The
just
TTP I think
just like
2
every
months.
other game.
Yeah.
As soon as the forums opened up, it was there.
Yep. And then can dungeons be expanded, i.e. make extra levels that are tougher with greater rewards, more ore, etc. Keep expanding them over time as more areas are discovered. Perhaps they will do that. We will likely just make new scenes. Blah. Anvar
Make a new
wants to know.
scene attached to dungeon.
Make the batches much bigger for full stop on all the simple processing, i.e. ore, wood scrap. Keep it at 20 or so for equipment, so all processing could be up to 100 or 1,000. Can we get bulk smelting tanning up to 99, not 20? Will we be able to mill wood and ore more than 20 at a time? Can it be made so we can increase? Everybody wants to know. And Star has grouped all those questions. I skipped a couple.
Yeah.
All these questions together since they are essentially asking the same thing. Let us batch in bigger numbers.
Can you batch in bigger numbers, Jack?
I wish I could, because 2.5 minutes for 20 is an insane amount of fucking time. It is a time sink. Refining skills will be coming, and they will allow for larger numbers of processing raw materials. With that said, we have to be very careful how large they make the batch numbers, because any automation will make botting and farming much easier. So we have to be careful how much we increase the numbers.
Tell you what, it don't work. Okay?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Okay.
If
you make it 1 each, I can buy it. You make it 20 each, I can buy it. You make it 1,000 each, I can buy it. Anybody can buy it. Forget about that. Work on the game, please.
Work on making the game more interesting, and then from there, find ways to combat the bots. Find ways to track, record, and then destroy ye old bots. And then, can we get filters for the skill glyph window or favorites so we can hot swap them easier? Sure. Why not?
Easy peasy.
How do you plan to cope with the fact you won't oversell deeds, but as players stop playing? Or placed anywhere deeds and the POTs, the land over time will get emptier in theory. Surely it will be better to oversell than have new towns on standby elsewhere in, i.e. islands or nested suburbs or cities. We will monitor and evaluate. If we need to up the number of deeds we are selling, we will definitely do that. Hello? You do.
They need to be in-game, available 24/7.
Absolutely.
Make them costly.
Purchase. You have to be able to purchase those deeds in-game, so that way if I stumble upon a lot that's vacant, I can claim it. If I cannot do that, and I have to go out and either do a whole new pledge or go buy the deed from another player.
Haggle my life away, waiting 20 days for a transaction to happen. Meanwhile, said lot was scooped up by a guy who happened to have a deed in his pocket, like me or Jack, who look for opportunities to swoop in on prime properties and take them out one day.
Do I have any deeds on me? I only have a player-owned town row lot deed on me. Beware of that POT row lot deed.
Wrong button there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I have several in my inventory up there that.
Well, I keep selling mine anyway.
Just a couple. Yeah.
I keep selling my deeds anyway, so.
I just sold a town deed to Omen Crow yesterday.
Oh, damn.
And yes, the one that was on the marketplace is now gone.
Oh, sweet. Hopefully you adjusted your inventory.
I did. I took it off the shop.
Good. Excellent. Then after that, let's see.
And just to let you know, I do work on payments. He's working out a payment plan with me. I'll take payments on them large ticket items if you can't afford them all in one payment.
Then let's see. Where were we at after that?
Do we get into loan sharking?
Well, the real question is, if we look at the time, it's actually time for us to talk about the old app.
I know.
And because we know we're going to be covering this all week, we might as well stop right here.
There are plenty of questions and plenty of other fodder to talk about over there, but also some good topics brought up in those questions. Of course, we'll explore and talk about those throughout the rest of the week here. And of course, gotta remind you, I'll remind you all about that in a minute. Because we really do gotta tell you about that NBNN Shroud Avatar App that's available on all your mobile devices. You can get it in the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store. If you've got a mobile device and you want to have your Jones while you're sitting in the restroom and you got to check up on that hot sale on the forums, you can do that right through the Shroud Avatar app while you're listening to WRFB or a replay of Lunch with Laz and Jack on the podcast, while you're surfing Shroud Marketplace and talking to somebody in Discord, all on your handheld device, folks. That's right. And of course, don't forget the NBNN Daily Britannian. If you really got to read while you're having that morning constitutional, check out the Daily Britannian. And if you want to know what's going on throughout the day,
when checking out the day, you use the NBNN Calendar.
That's right.
The community calendar, which is on the app, and it's also available on nbnn.info, where you can just click on it, go to the calendar button at the top, or calendar.html, and you can read the fact that Laz has aggregated all of the available calendars that he's been able to find.
Whole load of calendars, folks.
Whole load of calendars.
If you're not listed there, you're missing out. Your events ain't getting out to everybody.
If you're not listed there, and you have a Google public calendar, you need to email news@nbnn.info, and that guy over there will eventually get it added to this calendar, and then we get to read off your events. So don't forget, 12 and 6s around the clock. You need to tune into WRFB.
WRFB.
So that way you can listen to two idiots interpret the news, so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with Us.
Lunch. That's right. For those of you guys who do not know, the name of the show is Lunch, not Lunch with Laz and Jack. The name of the show is Lunch. Although
we should change it to beer.
Beer? Beer with Laz and Jack?
Or BS. BS.
Used to be a guy named Mike, having a beer with Mike. Okay. Used to be on local TV.
Yeah. So
maybe when they give us brewing, then we will change the show to beer. How about that?
Now, do you know when the EVL Virtue League is coming back?
As far as I understand, it is back. I got a message the other day saying that there was an event going on.
Okay. So hopefully the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament is going to be kicking off tonight at 7. Fights begin around 7:30 and last till everybody's dead. I hope. And that's going to take place in Virtue Oasis.
Now, of course, the one thing that did change is Arius' schedule changed, so he is no longer...
he is no longer available to cover that event, yes.
So that may be what got you a little confused there.
Well, no, because you remember they have the season breaks, and I didn't know how long the season break is.
Yeah, they're only maybe a week or so, if that, I think.
Yeah. But regardless, if... whether or not the Virtue League happens tonight, you need to tune in your ether amplifiers to WRFB.
WRFB, and there's
for the
your
70s
answer.
at 7.
There was one break that was an award show, and they're in week 3 of season 7 already. There's your answer.
Yep. Then after that, at 8 o'clock on Avatar's radio, DJ Squirrel's going to be biting through the wires.
Squirrel.
Yep,
Squirrel.
Just don't let the cat see the squirrel. In game, you've got Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour, but more importantly, you need to have your ear holes probed on WRFB by none other than DJ Dr. Eclipse Maiden.
Is there a doctor in the house? I've got a fever.
She is going to take that rectal thermometer and do weird things. Because that's the only way to take the temperature. She's going to be like... I am going to be killed later on. It's a good thing I'm not going to Dragon Con, or else...
I'm surprised she's not here today.
I know. Well, she's probably in class. She is in med school, so...
Yeah, call me when you got no class.
Yeah. Then, so Striker Sparhawks Happy Hour in-game. Don't forget, it's Laz's favorite event of the week because it's also known as...
Spend Sparhawks Gold.
Then, final event of the evening for this whacked out Wednesday is on WRFB.
WRFB. Radio
and that's the record room. Yep. Don't forget, WRFB is at wrfb.rocks or radiofreebritannia.com. And also on your ether amplifier device
right
in
here
game.
In front of you.
Yes.
In front of us, I should say. We'll zoom out there. If you're hanging out on lots, there's radios right at the front of our lots for your listening pleasure. Otherwise, I'm sure if you search our vendors, you might find a portable Aether vibration amplifier floating around.
I need to sell some of those on Shroud Marketplace.
I've been holding on to them. I think some of those are going to become a little bit more expensive as time comes along. Of course, radios.
I need the money.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah. You got guys eating $1.99 breakfast over here.
$1.99 breakfast? What the hell are you talking about?
Who can afford that?
Yeah. Shit.
That's
You buy a
right.
$2 box of Pop-Tarts, and that's food for 3 days.
I tell you. Now, of course, I want to go
And then
ahead
Justin's
and
gonna be like messaging you.
remind everybody out there that coming up this weekend, of course, is the BMC Crafting Fair, hanging out in Black Rock Cove. For more information, go check out the forums, see what's going on out there. Our own Duke James Murphy is organizing this event, and he's going to be having a couple other guilds join in and help out. Should be all sorts of fun, so go check that out over there. And of course, we got to thank those sponsors out there. And let me get our sponsor screen on. That's right. Now, of course, NBNN, the only show out here who, thank you for that follow. We invite you to come join us 5 days a week. Woo-hoo! Let the puppies loose.
Yay.
Metallicat 22 on YouTube. Thank you for the follow. Letting those puppies loose. But that's right, NBNN, our show. The only show inviting you to come join us 5 days a week. Come join us right here in Discord. You can watch on Twitch TV. You can listen on the in-game radio. You can listen on WRFB.rocks and RadioFreeBritannia.com, as Jack just told you. Of course, if you like what we do, you can go out to NBNN.info. Click on those donate links. You can become a patron of NBNN and support what we do out here. This stuff costs money, folks, and every dollar that we get is appreciated. If you really want to throw your weight around, we've got all sorts of swag that we offer up for support. So go check out patreon.com/NBNN and check it out. Of course, the Airy Fund. Become a supporter today and play for a cause. Of course, if you guys are following our Twitter account, you saw Theme Pink out there today, just getting you all warmed up on that one. Coil More Wands, putting the magic in your hands. Check out Arius Coil More for more information. Scroda Music. We'll tell you all about Scroda and his music. You're listening to him and our own Roy.
Let's try stuff.
Roy playing right now. The Britannian Mining Company, of course, has got their crafting fair going on. And if during the crafting fair you need materials, you can just go right on up to Market Road over there in Black Rock Cove and get some materials to work on that leveling and crafting. Located in the Quell region, right near the Exeter mines for your mining convenience as well. RelicsByRill.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag, t-shirts, hats, bumper stickers, and much, much more. Save 10% when you check out. Use the promo code NBNN at RelicsByRill.com. WRFB, you know the routine. All sorts of great stuff happening throughout the week on the radio. And of course, last but not least, the Shroud Marketplace. ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs, including my store, weddings, and more by Laz. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. And of course, if you don't see it, that don't mean we don't have it.
Hey, it's also home to my shop where
That's
now,
right.
and I'm expecting very soon this to disappear. I'm offering up for sale store credit, cheaper than the Amazon
Store
store.
credit.
Hey, you know what?
$100 for $85. $100 credit, $85 cash. Is that what I saw?
You saw 90
All right.
PayPal fees.
Oh, okay. We'll throw Jack's store up there just for giggles.
Then after that, don't forget also, I also put up for sale the dragon statues. If you want a dragon statue, about half the price, or actually $100 cheaper in the add-on store for the keep size one. If you have a player-owned town or big lot, you want to put it on there, or the town size dragon statue, which is $50 cheaper than the add-on store. You know what? That's cheaper than you'll ever get it from any of the Portalarium sales.
I would take that boat down, man. Those boats are going to become gold, man. They're going to become gold.
You know what? I'll sell it to you cheap right now. But Shroud Marketplace is the only place to go buy or sell anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related. There's currently over 60 player vendors that are putting up wares on Shroud Marketplace. And if you're interested in registering an account, you can do so at the top. And then if you want to sell your stuff, you just click on vendor registration and you too can start selling your stuff. Anything and everything that does not violate the terms of service. So, you know what? Accounts to Game Gold, Crowns of the Obsidian, store credit, all the way to services. All of that is available on Shroud Marketplace. Yay!
Yay!
And looking at the time, it's actually time to thank the most important people around here, and that's you.
We love you guys.
Thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFB.
Right. Gotta just say it every day. And we appreciate you folks tuning in out there on the radio, out in Twitch TV. Folks who come join us live in game and here in Discord. We love you all. And, of course, some of you more than others. But we
2 minutes at a time.
That's right. 2 minutes at a time. 3.5 on a cold night.
Yeah.
Got to get it warmed up, you know. Anyway, we got to go ahead and get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here inside Shroud of the Avatar on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Don't forget to check out Mal's Power Hour on Shroud Marketplace. You need the leveling help.